The rainbow machine. The children were playing in the garden. Although it was raining, the sun was shining at the same time. The children looked up and saw a rainbow across the sky. "Look, what a beautiful rainbow," called Biff excitedly.
I think they're wax.
"I wonder where the rainbow begins," asked William, "and where it ends." In a place far away, there was a lorry. It was a very big lorry. There was a very big machine at the back. The machine made rainbows and was called the rainbow machine. There are 7 colors in the rainbow. It took 7 people to look after the rainbow machine. They were the rainbow makers. They had to clean and polish the machine. They had to make sure it worked properly. It was hard work, but they liked their job. The rainbow machine had to be ready at any time. Sometimes weeks and weeks would go by and a rainbow was not needed. However, when the call comes, the rainbow makers will have to work fast. The rainbow has to be ready immediately. It was one of those days. A rainbow was needed quickly. Off they went in the lorry. While it was going along, the rainbow makers got the machine ready. Then, 1, 2, 3, go! They pressed a button and the rainbow shot out of the machine. When there was a rainbow, everyone would stop whatever they were doing and look at it. Children would run to their moms and dads and say, "What a beautiful rainbow!" Sometimes the rainbow was very bright, but sometimes it was quite pale. Sometimes the rainbow would appear for a long time, but sometimes it was there for just a short while. You finish already that one whole mandarin. Later, okay? Because lunchtime is almost there. We only have 30 minutes and then I'll cook for your lunch. Come on. Often the children ran towards it. They wanted to find the end of it
to go to my
and play in all the colors, but of course they never could. Renee, you asked me to read this one, so I told you we have to finish one at a time. After this reading the book, we go inside your room, okay? I'll just finish it. One of the rainbow makers was a young man called Fred. Oh, that's Uncle Freddy again. Our driver. He was new and he was learning to be a rainbow maker. One day, the other rainbow makers parked the lorry on the side of the road and got off. They said, "Look after the lorry, Fred. We're going to get some lunch. We won't be long." The lorry was a double yellow line. A traffic warden was coming. "Oh no," thought Fred. It was illegal to park the lorry on a double yellow line. "I must move the rainbow machine," said Fred. So he climbed into the driver's seat and drove away. Suddenly, a door appeared in the middle of the field. Biff and Chip came through it with William, Nick, and Anna. Biff had a magic key in her hand. A new adventure had begun. The children saw the lorry. "I wonder what the lorry is doing in the field?" asked Chip. "I think it's stuck," said Biff. Then they saw Fred waving at them. "Can you help me?" called Fred. "Will you push the lorry?" The children helped Fred pull the cover off the rainbow machine.
No, you missed a page.
Did I? Oh, okay. The children pushed and pushed, but it was no good. The lorry was too big and it was far too heavy. It refused to budge. "I don't like all the mud on my clothes," moaned Anna. Suddenly, it began to rain, although the sun was shining. On the lorry, things began to buzz and flash. "Oh no," said Fred, "a rainbow is needed. This is the rainbow machine. It makes rainbows. You must all help me." The children waited for Fred's instruction. The children helped Fred pull the cover of the rainbow machine. "Wow," said Biff. "Is that where rainbows came from?" "Yes," said Fred, "but I don't know how to work the computer yet. I'm new. The other rainbow makers are having their lunch." Nick was good with computers. He looked at the rainbow keyboard. He did not really know what to do, but he did not like to tell Fred. It would just frighten him even more. Don't worry, he said. Let me give it a try, said Fred. 1, 2, 3. The rainbow machine sent up a rainbow. Hurrah! It's working, said William. The children were standing too close to the rainbow, and it was too bright for them to see it properly, so Fred gave everyone some dark glasses. The children looked up at the rainbow they had made. It did not look quite right. Fred called to Nick. Are you sure you can use that computer? I gave it my best effort, answered Nick nervously. Oh no! What happened with the rainbow? The rainbow did not look right. Something had gone wrong. First it went up straight, then it went straight along, and then it went straight down. Oh dear, gasped Anna. It's got straight sides. The rainbow looked very strange. Everyone stopped to look at the rainbow. Children ran to their moms and dads. What a funny rainbow, they said. It's not straight sides. We've never seen a rainbow like that before.
They are wet.
Yeah. This isn't right, said the moms and dads. They were worried. The rainbow makers were having lunch. Everyone at the restaurant was staring at the sky. They looked out of the window. Oh no, said the rainbow makers. What has Fred done? He's made a frizzy rainbow. They gulped down their tea and ran out into the road, but the rainbow machine had gone. Oh no, said the rainbow makers. Where has Fred gone? In the sky was a broken rainbow. What a funny rainbow, everyone said. We must find Fred at once, said the rainbow makers. Oh! The rainbow changed again. This time it was twisted and it was very bright. I like that one, said a little boy to his grandpa. It looks wonderful. I like it too, said Grandpa. It looks like a lollipop. We must find the rainbow machine, called the rainbow makers. They looked up at the sky. The rainbow had changed again. It was too hard to believe. Oh no, said one of them. I don't want to look anymore. But at the rainbow machine, things were getting out of control. Nick had been too clever. The rainbow was leaking and all the red was running out. It was dyeing the sky like red paint poured into water. The sky was turning red. Even the clouds became red. Oh no, said Nick. I can stop the red. Turn the rainbow machine off. Fred turned pale. I can turn it off, he said. I don't know how. The rainbow makers found the lorry. They were cross with Fred. It will take days to make the sky blue again, they said. The children looked up the sky. Nick felt terrible. The rainbow makers had to bleach the sky. We've never done this before, said one of the rainbow makers. I hope it works. The rainbow machine shot a beam of bright white light into the red sky. The sky turned white. The sun was not yellow anymore. It became white. It's a lot better than a red sky, said one of the rainbow makers. A red sky makes everyone bad-tempered. Everyone looked at the white sky. It was not as good as a blue sky, but it was better than a red one. We're very sorry, said Nick. It was all my fault. Please don't blame Fred. It's all right, said the rainbow maker. The sky will soon turn blue again. Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. It was time to go. The sky was blue and the sun was shining. It was bright yellow sun. A rainbow isn't yellow made like that, is it? asked Kipper. You'd better go to the end of one and find out, said Anna. The children were glad to see a blue sky again. The end.
Grimlock in the cold, black mountains of Grim. He hates the goodness in hum and he wanted the crystal bell of Hum on. Grimlock and he had spent years looking for it. At last, Grimlock found the bell. The bell is finally mine. The land will be forever grim and cold, he said.
Next page.
He's bad.
Okay, next.
Isn't he bad?
He is, okay.
Grimlock took the bell back in the land of Grim. He carried it through the forest and the rocky desert. At last, he reached his castle high in the mountains. The bell looked so shiny that Grimlock couldn't bear to look at it. He put it in the
Abandoned tower.
abandoned tower. Without the bell, the land of Hermon turned dark and gray. Snow fell in the summer. It was too cold for flowers and trees to grow. The animals and people were sad and unhappy. All the beauty had gone from the land, and the days became long and gloomy. Wendy looked at Biff. That's as far as I've written, she said. What do you think? It's brilliant, said Biff. So is someone going to go on a quest to get the bell back? Yes, said Wendy, but it'll have to be someone brave and like a knight.
Come on, read it.
Dad came into Biff's room, and Biff and Chip had a dentist appointment. Chip and I need to go to the dentist for a checkup, said Biff. Would you like to wait here for me? Sure, said Wendy. I've got an idea on what to write next. Mom's downstairs if you need anything, said Biff. Good luck with your story.
What happened?
After Biff had gone, Wendy continued her story with her story about the quest. A girl should bring the crystal bell back, she thought. Yes, a brave and clever girl should go on the quest. Suddenly, the magic key began to glow, and Wendy was taken on a magic adventure.
What happened?
Oh no!
What happened?
The bad guy.
Yeah. Okay, next. Read it. Read it. Renee Lee, 4 years old girl, reading a book.
The Magic Key took Wendy to the land of Hum-On. The land was cold and bare. Grimlock was waiting for Wendy. He was hiding behind a tree. He wanted to stop Wendy from going on the quest. He turned himself into an old woman. Grimlock pretended to pass by. "Hello, my dear. What are you doing in the forest?" he said, telling an old woman.
Telling an old woman won't
do any harm, Wendy thought. "I'm going to get the crystal bell back from the evil Grimlock," she said. Grimlock pointed. "Then go that way," he said.
This is Frozen 2. When Queen Elsa and Princess Anna were children, their parents often told them stories about the past. One night, King Agnar told them about the Northuldra people from an enchanted forest. The Northuldra had lived in harmony with the people of Arendelle, but then everything changed, and the two sides went to war. Angered spirits trapped both groups in the forest, but King Agnar managed to escape. After the story, Queen Iduna soothed...
Adana.
Adana, it's I.
No,
Oh, it's Adana. Soothed the girls with a lullaby. "When I was little, my mother would sing a song about a special river called Atohalan that was said to hold all the answers about the past, about what we are part of." Many years had passed since those days, and though their parents were gone, the girls had found family in their best friends, Kristoff, Sivan, and Olaf. They spent countless evenings together, hanging out, having dinner, and playing games. One night, during charades, Anna struggled to guess what Elsa was acting out. Teeth! Oh, pillow fort! She could tell something was bothering her sister. Disturbed? Oh, come on. You definitely look disturbed. Are you okay? Elsa forced a smile before going upstairs. Definitely just tired. Moments later, Anna went to check on Elsa. "You're wearing Mother's scarf. We do that when something's wrong." Though Elsa refused to admit it, something was wrong. Someone or something was calling to her. It seemed as though no one else could hear it, but it tugged at her, as if trying to draw her out of the kingdom. Though she tried with all her might, she couldn't silence it. Later that night, Elsa found herself answering the mysterious voice, singing along with it, and trying to follow it. She couldn't help wondering, did the voice belong to someone magical like her? As she began using her powers, she could feel them changing. They grew stronger and stronger until she sent out an enormous blast that caused a shock wave across the kingdom. Fire vanished from the torches. The fountains and waterfalls dried up. The wind even died. Villagers stumbled over the rippling cobblestones, and everyone headed for stable ground. Head for the cliffs. Once everybody was safe above Arendelle, Elsa told Anna about the voice she'd been hearing. Just then, the ground rumbled. I know that rumble.
It's the troll.
Boulders rolled in and popped open, revealing trolls. Grandpappy quickly approached the girls. He explained that Elsa had woken the spirits of the Northuldra forest. Pappy told Elsa to follow the voice north. Then she quietly told Anna that she should go along to protect her sister. I won't leave her side. Olaf, Siven, and Christoph all agreed to join Elsa too. We'll fix it together. Together, together! When they found the forest entrance, Olaf bounced against a wall of mist that surrounded it. I sense no way in, but this is fun, nonetheless. Elsa and Anna joined hands, and the mist seemed to part before them.
It sounds like hands, but it's hands.
They led the group through, but when they pushed on the mist from inside the forest, it pushed back. It let us in, but it clearly does not want to let us out. It wasn't long before the wind spirit Gale appeared. It picked them all up and whipped them around and around. Anna closed her eyes. I think I'm gonna be sick. Elsa used her powers to force everyone out of the wind vortex, but she was stuck inside. She sent out one final blast of magic to free herself.
Can I see?
And beautiful ice sculptures appeared. Each one captured a different moment in time. Elsa had never created anything like them before. Olaf shared his theory about how ice could reveal the past. Water has a memory. It wasn't long before reindeer surrounded them and people dropped from the trees. Then soldiers appeared. They were the trapped Northuldra and Arendelians from Anna and Elsa's old bedtime story. Both sides tried to claim the group as their prisoners. Run! But Elsa used her powers, shocking everyone and sending them to the ground. Anna recognized one of the soldiers. Lieutenant Matthias, third floor, second portrait on the left. You were our father's official guard. Matthias couldn't believe it. Your father was King Agnar of Arendelle? Matthias was overjoyed to hear that the king had made it out of the forest. Then the Northuldra noticed that the sister's scarf was Northuldran. They realized that whoever had saved the king from the forest must have been a Northuldra. The idea that the two opposing sides had come together that day startled both the Arendelians and Northuldra. They believed Elsa's magic was the key to their kingdom, their freedom. They crowded around her with great anticipations, smoothing her and overwhelming her with their expectations, until a bright flash of fire appeared. The fire dashed around the trees, setting them ablaze. Elsa used her magic to chase it down and discovered the spirit was a small salamander. It snuggled into her cold hand. Oh! The voice called, and Elsa and the salamander both turned toward it. You hear it too? The salamander looked into the distance. Elsa recalled Pabi's advice. Okay, keep going north. Anna ran to Elsa when the mayhem had calmed, and the sisters embraced. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm starving. As everyone enjoyed stew and glug, Matthias talked with Anna. She confessed to him that she was worried about Elsa and told him of her greatest fear. If I lost her, I think I'd lost myself. Matthias told her that loss actually just helped people understand what they were made of. Meanwhile, one of the Northuldra was explaining the symbols on the scarf to Elsa. All this time, the four spirits right there. The Northuldra woman pointed out a fifth spirit, which was called the bridge, and explained that it disappeared when people stopped listening. You mean like a voice? Elsa, now certain that she had to follow the call to set everyone else.
Everyone free.
Yeah. Christophe and Steven had gone with one of the Northulgra to help with their reindeer, and Elsa refused to wait. Anna was sad to leave Christophe, but unable to let Elsa go alone. She and Olaf joined Elsa, and the three continued north. When they reached the top of a hill, they gasped at the sight below. Mother and father's ship. They realized this must mean that their parents had been in search of Athohalan. When they disappeared, "This is my fault. They were going there looking for answers about me." Elsa vowed to find the mysterious river, even if it meant crossing the dangerous dark sea. Despite Anna's protesting, Elsa had to go alone. She waved her hands, creating a boat, and sent Anna and Olaf sliding down the path of ice. "Elsa, what are you doing?" "No!" They couldn't stop, and soon they found themselves gliding down the river. Anna noticed the giants leaping on the shore. "They are huge. Hang on, Olaf." Using a branch, she directed their boat away from the earth giants and over a waterfall. When Elsa reached the dark sea, she stood on the shore. Ferocious wave rose and crashed before her. She sprinted out onto the river, creating frozen snowflakes at her feet. But the strength of the waves quickly knocked her down. Then she tried freezing the water, but bigger waves knocked her back into the sea. Elsa clawed her way to the surface and climbed up on the giant rock. She took a breath and dove in. The water knocked.
Her dress is all wet.
Knocked an enormous horse, emerged and began tossing her around. Elsa created an ice bridle and swung onto its back. At first, it bucked, trying to throw her off. But before long, the two were rhythmically riding through the mountainous waves to the far shore. The waterfall had carried Anna and Olaf into a cavern. As they searched for a way out, a small flurry of snowflakes rushed in. It fluttered around before vanishing. Anna's heart filled with joy. She made it across the sea. Then a strong gust of wind whipped in, carrying more of Elsa's magic, and an ice sculpture formed before them, revealing a memory of the past. Anna gasped, "I know why the spirits evacuated Arendelle. Olaf, I know how to free the forest." Armed with renewed strength and wisdom, Anna was ready to set things right. Elsa trudged through terrible winds and thick snow. When she finally reached Athohalan, the mysterious voice quieted. Suddenly, just as the words of her mother's lullaby had promised, everything became crystal clear. Elsa knew she had followed the right path and was there. She was meant to be. The journey had changed both her and her sister, and together they could restore peace in men and broken land.